Good evening, everybody. Good evening. All right, my table's doing the job. Good evening, everybody. We were foolish enough to try to have to get everyone quiet twice in one night, but I'm going to give it a go. If I could get your attention, please. Thank you. Please continue to enjoy your dinner, but we are going to get started with the program. My name's Gregg Small. I'm the Executive Director of Climate Solutions. It's my pleasure to be here with all of you tonight. And I want to talk for a few minutes before handing it off to our keynote speaker, Kate Gordon. I think a lot of you here are familiar with us as an organization. I think many of you here have been to, how many people here have been to one of these events, either here in Seattle or Portland before? Pretty good chunk of people, so a bunch of people are familiar with us. For those aren't, Climate Solutions is about to turn 20. We'll turn 20 next year. We were founded. Tonight's a big party, but next year for the 20th, we're going to go really, really big. So look forward to that. Advance notice. We were formed in Olympia, Washington, and we've been working with staff in Oregon for almost 10 years. And our mission is to accelerate clean energy solutions to the climate crisis. That's what we work to do. We've won a ton of important victories in the Northwest, everything from increasing renewable energy to winning fights to stop the export of coal from our shores. I just want to take a minute to talk about that. We've talked about that at previous events here, but you know, with people here in this room, with our partners, with the tribes who have been amazing, with other NGO allies, we've defeated 5 of the 6 coal export proposals. The last one's hanging on by the tiniest little thread and is more of a zombie than it is an active proposal. So when the first proposal got, you know, we sort of noticed it 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. We didn't think we'd ever beat them all, but you know what? We're going to beat every damn one of those coal export proposals. Washington and Oregon are not going to be the gateway to exporting coal and burning them in Asia. That's all of us who have helped to make that victory possible. As Amy mentioned earlier, our theory of change is really grounded in our belief that the change that happens here in the Northwest, the change that happens in Washington, Oregon, can have an impact not just here in the region, but well beyond our borders. And look, I don't need to tell any of you, in the era that we're in right now, it is on us to make it happen. Like, I don't have to go on and on about that. We all know it is up to us to make it happen. So that's what we're going to do. So Climate Solutions went through a strategic planning process in 2016. Pretty odd year to be going through a strategic planning process. Lots of things were going on. But the question that we asked ourselves then was, what are the biggest things that we can have happen here in the Northwest that can happen beyond our borders, right? That's the question that we asked ourselves. And you know, we went through a lot of meetings, we worked with lots of partners, and the place where we came was a very clear conclusion. The conclusion we came to was the biggest leadership opportunity that we have for the Northwest region is to get our electricity grid 100% clean faster than anywhere else in the country, and to leverage that clean grid to rapidly accelerate the electrification of our transportation system. That's what we're here to do. "100% clean, electrify everything." Those are the animating ideas. That's the vision around which we are doing all of our work moving forward in Climate Solutions. We're going to engage in all kinds of activities to turn that vision into reality. We're going to advocate for transformative public policies, like the one we're going to talk about in a few minutes. We're going to continue to cultivate the partnerships and networks that are needed to build the power that we need. And we're going to deeply engage in this activity with a firm commitment to equity, making sure the policies that we advocate for provide for a just transition for those that are most impacted by climate change, and do it in partnership with those communities. That's incredibly important to us, and we're excited about that direction. I'm losing my voice already because I was like shouting out in the entranceway before. So let's talk about Oregon and what Oregon can bring to the table. We all know that Oregon's been an unbelievable leader for years on climate change, clean energy, energy efficiency. Lots of wins. I think many people here in the room have been part of some of the legislative wins. I guess it would have been 2015. We won a great win where we passed a clean fuel standard. Fantastic victory. Last year, another great win, coal to clean energy bill passed, which will double the amount of renewables coming into the state. Huge, gigantic victory for all of us. And then Amy referenced, we've had a pretty darn good year already this year. The day that President Trump pulled out of the Paris Climate Accord, the day he pulled out, happened to be the same day that this city made a commit to 100% clean energy, and that this county made a commitment to 100% clean energy. And as a direct result of that, PGE, one of the biggest energy suppliers in this state, reversed course and was considering building a new frac gas plant and said, you know what, we're not going to do that anymore. And we're not going to do that anymore because our biggest customers are saying they want 100% clean energy. That is a really, really big deal. And then last but not least, the win that happened just this week that Governor Brown talked about from some very weird room in Bonn, Germany on her video. I have no idea where she was. We got that video. We were wondering exactly what was going on. Anyways, she issued two fantastic executive orders that are going to make a big impact on green buildings and electric vehicles. So we have some big victories under our belt over the last couple of years. We have some big victories under our belt this year. That said, we're not on track to hit the greenhouse gas emission reductions in Oregon right now. And we still have not done enough, given where we're at the federal level, to show the leadership that Oregon and Northwest needs to do. So the number one thing we're going to focus on in the next 6 months, what are we going to do? The Clean Energy Jobs Bill. How many people here in this room have done something over the past couple years to help move forward the Clean Energy Jobs Bill? All right, so next year, our 20th anniversary, when we are celebrating when we passed the Clean Energy Jobs Act, first of all, this room is going to be double the size. Everybody in this room is going to have to raise their hands and say they did something about it. We have never been closer. Climate Solutions have been working on this issue for more than a decade. We've never been closer to passing it. 2018 is the year where we're going to pass the Clean Energy Jobs Act. Let's do it together.